My friends, the clock's ticking, and with every second, the anticipation is getting louder. Something's in the air over Foxborough. You can feel it. It smells like football. And let me ask you, my brother in blue, red, and silver, can you feel it too? Because I swear, I can't think about anything else right now. The countdown has officially begun, and there's only one thing echoing in my head. Let's go, Pats. And listen closely, the behind-the-scenes action is on fire. There are moves happening, big conversations, and decisions being made right now that will directly impact our season. If you bleed Patriots, you need to hear what's coming. But first, do the ritual every true Patriot knows, smash that like button, but only if you proudly carry this shield in your heart. And if you're one of those legends who lived through the old days, who's been riding with this team since way back, man, you've got my absolute respect. Also, hit the comments with, "Go Pats." Let's stay strong, so everyone knows this fan base is unbreakable. Alright, let's jump straight into the news, because what I've got for you today, oh man, it's huge. There's something happening in Foxborough right now that could completely change the wide receiver room for the New England Patriots. And no, this isn't your typical off-season rumor. This is real. A name that no one expected is suddenly stealing the show, turning heads in every direction, and forcing coaches, players, and the entire front office to take notice. And trust me, Patriots Nation, this might just be the biggest undrafted surprise we've seen in years. Eftton Chisum 3. If you haven't memorized that name yet, you better start now, because this kid is lighting up the Patriots offseason like nobody saw coming. An undrafted free agent wide receiver out of Eastern Washington, Chisum arrived in New England as just another name on a long list of camp bodies. But what he's done since stepping on the field, absolutely unreal. When Chisum first arrived, nobody, not even the most optimistic Patriots fan, thought he'd be a real contender for the roster. But the front office quietly did something that should have been a clue. They handed him one of the largest contracts for an undrafted free agent this year. More guaranteed money than even Kobe Minor, Mr. Irrelevant in this year's draft. That move raised some eyebrows, but now it's all starting to make sense. Every single time this guy steps on the field, people are left saying the same thing. How in the world did this guy go undrafted? Doug Kyde reported that Chisum has been getting tons of reps in minicamp and OTAs and, more importantly, he's making the most of every single one. He's picking up the playbook faster than anyone expected, absorbing the offense like a seasoned vet. And it's not just the media noticing, his own teammates and coaches are singing his praises. He's not the biggest guy on the field, standing at 5 feet 10 inches, just under 200 pounds, but what he lacks in size, he makes up for in pure work ethic and craft. First guy in the building, last one out, grinding harder than anyone to prove he belongs. And that work is paying off. Right now, the Patriots have 11 wide receivers fighting for likely 6, maybe 7 roster spots. Chisum is making it extremely difficult for anyone to bet against him. Chad Graff from The Athletic said it perfectly. The Patriots may have found another shifty slot receiver from a small school who can rack up catches. Sound familiar? That's the blueprint of legends like Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, Patriots icons who made their names by being the hardest working, smartest route runners on the field. And Chisum fits that mold perfectly. This isn't just hype from the media either. Drake Maye, the rookie quarterback who everyone expects to lead this team into the future, has already built serious chemistry with Chisum. During OTAs, Maye was joking around, saying, "Damn, Kai's had like 50 catches out there today," because every time he looked his way, Chisum was open. Let that sink in. An undrafted rookie is already running with the first-team offense, an absolute rarity in the NFL. And it doesn't stop there. Even superstar wide receiver Stephon Diggs took time out during minicamp to give props to Chisum, complimenting his work ethic and execution in drills. You know you're doing something right when a multi-time Pro Bowler like Diggs notices you. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, head coach Mike Vrabel, someone who does not hand out compliments easily, spoke openly about how impressed he is with Chisum's dedication, understanding of the system, and his ability to earn trust from quarterbacks. Vrabel said it straight, the biggest thing for receivers is trust from the guy that throws the football. When you can earn the quarterback's trust, it doesn't take you long to figure out who the quarterback trusts, it's the ones they target. And guess who's getting targeted? Eftton Chisum. But here's the part that really makes you shake your head in disbelief. Go back and look at his college stats. This man broke Cooper Kupp's FCS record with at least 1 catch in 53 straight games. Cooper Kupp, and yet, nobody drafted him. How? Seriously, how does that happen? In his final college season alone, Chisum had 120 catches for 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns. Oh, and only 3 drops the entire year. You read that right. 3. It's becoming crystal clear why the Patriots gave him a fully guaranteed $234,000 contract, something that is basically unheard of for an undrafted free agent. They saw something. They knew. And now the rest of us are starting to see it too. Look at the current wide receiver room. Ranked 31st in the NFL by Pro Football Focus. It's no secret. It needs help. The locks are obvious. Stephon Diggs, Pop Douglas, Kyle Williams, and Kendrick Bourne, although Bourne's future is, let's just say, uncertain. Then you've got Matt Collins, Keyshawn Bout, Javon Baker, Jalen Polk, and Chisum fighting for what's likely 2 or 3 spots. And let me be honest, it's not looking great for some of those guys. Jalen Polk is still recovering from injury and is likely headed to the PUP list or IR. John Giles? Sorry, but he's as good as gone. His name never even comes up in conversations about serious contributors. That leaves Baker and Bout fighting for spots. And between them, Chisum is outperforming both. If you're wondering whether the Patriots could really keep 2 slot receivers, Pop Douglas and Eftton Chisum, remember your history. This franchise has always thrived with multiple slot receivers. Wes Welker and Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola. The formula works. It's part of what made the Patriots offense so efficient for so many years. So when people say there's no room for another slot, nonsense. Total nonsense. Chisum's ability to separate quickly off the line, combined with his elite shuttle and 3-cone drill numbers, makes him an absolute nightmare to cover in short yardage and quick read situations. He's not the guy that's going to torch you down the field. He's not a 4.3 speedster. But if you need someone to get open in under 2 seconds, this is your guy. Of course, there's still one major hurdle ahead. Training camp, OTAs and minicamp are one thing. You're not in pads, you're not getting hit, and everything moves at about 75%. But the moment those pads come on, that's when the real players show up. Can Chisum hold his own when the physicality ramps up? That's the final test. And if he passes it, this man is making the 53-man roster. No doubt about it. Now I've got to hear it from you, Patriots Nation. Do you believe Eftton Chisum deserves a spot on this roster? Is he the next great Patriots underdog story? Hit the comments right now. Drop a yes if you believe he belongs, or an NO if you think it's just off-season hype. Let's open this debate because one thing is clear. This kid isn't going away quietly. And here's where things get even more interesting. This isn't just some feel-good off-season story. This could be the Patriots quietly stumbling upon the perfect piece for an offense that's been desperate, absolutely desperate, for someone to bring back that old-school New England edge. You know exactly what I'm talking about, that relentless, gritty, move the chains, death by 1,000 paper cuts type of offense that terrorized the NFL for 2 decades. Eftton Chisum fits that mold perfectly. Let's talk about why his skill set is exactly what the Patriots need right now. His 40-yard dash? Sure, it's a 4.74. Not blazing speed, but when you break down his short shuttle and 3-cone numbers, that's where the magic happens. This guy is explosive in the short area. Quick cuts. Elite change of direction. He's the guy who makes a defender miss within the first 2 steps off the line of scrimmage. And in an offense that's expected to be tailored for quick reads, high percentage throws, and maximizing yards after catch, yeah, that's exactly what you want. Drake Maye knows it. You can feel the chemistry already brewing between Maye and Chisum. Look, this is a rookie quarterback trying to find guys he can trust. And if you've ever played the game,